What's going on, guys? Alright, I will tell you before I get started. I know some of you guys hate it when I go off the topic of finance. And I promise you that I won't do that often. Every now and then. But there's certain things that I gotta speak up about that I feel that are very important. Just to calm some madness down. I'm reading this article about Henry Louis Gates Jr. And Henry Louis Gates Jr. is a scholar at Harvard. And he's an African American scholar, right? And basically what he's saying is, in Cambridge where he was, his door was jammed. So he was taking his shoulder and he was ramming it in the door, right? Trying to open the door. And then finally opened it, and a Caucasian female passed by, and she saw this, and she called the cops and alarmed them that, hey, that someone saw a black male, whatever, ramming the door. So the police showed up at the residence, and they basically said we're coming to respond to a to maybe a burglary or a break-in. And he didn't want to come out because he said, "What, are you targeting me because I'm a black man in America?" Now, all of a sudden, I think now you're gonna hear Al Sharpton, you're gonna hear Jesse Jackson. Before I even get into that, let me tell you something. I don't care what color you are, and guys, and not just black people. We gotta stop being sensitive about this race thing, and stop putting everything on race. Because let me show you how shallow it is. If you're a human being, you shouldn't worry about what other people think of you. I mean, how small are you if every time a person says a word that you freak out like, oh my gosh, you don't like me. Guess what? You can't get everyone to like you. Okay? Now, if I would have passed by, I don't care what color he was, white, Mexican, Arab, Jew, with his shoulder going into a door, that looks like a break-in to me. That looks like, usually people have a key. I don't have my keys on me now. Usually people, when they get in the doors, they put a key in the door, they turn it, and they open the door. Usually I don't see people, boom, boom, with the shoulder going into a door. So what this looks like, I don't think this lady was just driving around and said, well, let me just look for black people who I know they're not supposed to be in this area, and I'm going to pin it on him. This lady was just trying to be a concerned citizen and say, look, this is a nice neighborhood. Probably she lived in the neighborhood. And I see a guy doing this. I can't remember the last time I broke into my door. And if I did, it would look suspicious. So, I don't know. I just feel that now we're about to see Al Sharpton. The police department is going to be up drug into this. Guys, we're not going to make it further with this race problem that so-called exists in the U.S. We're not going to make progress if we keep stooping down in these little levels and playing well, you did this because I'm this color game. And I'm just saying, guys, look, if you're one of my subscribers, be a strong individual. If you shake every time a person says something to you or says a hatred word to you, whatever, don't worry about it. Because you know who you are. No one this doesn't just have to do with race. If people say, hey, look, you can't do something in life because you're not smart enough to do that. You're not smart enough to open a business. What do you know about opening a business? What do you know about this? Just be you. You know what you can do. You're going to make mistakes, but just keep moving. So for all you guys who haven't heard of this guy, just Google it. His name is Henry Louis Gates Jr. I'm sure this will come up. And guys, I'm just saying, it's 2009. If you want to make progress in life, don't stoop down to these levels. Keep moving. Stop worried about what other people are saying. Because all of a sudden, here's the thing. If you keep worried about what other people are saying, you're giving them instant power. Because they cause the reaction against you. So that's just my thoughts on that, guy. And I'm sorry I strayed off from a financial topic, but there's certain areas that I think need work, and I will try to address these areas. So for those of you who only think finance and don't like this kind of stuff, just pretend you didn't hear this. Okay, guys, so until next time, signing off.